쉐릭한 폐철 광산. 분명 사건이 터진.
이봐 오델, 이제 에일 마을
예, 맞아요. 자, 왜? 우리 아빠 봤어? 또 어딜 가셨지? 용병이라면 언제나 환영이지. 드리간 최고의 용병 사무소에 온 것을 환영합니다. 어때? 사실 내 저기 2층에 보스는 근데 뭐 절대로.
자네 왔는가? 본인을 대신하여 산에 오를. 자네는 알아주고 나보다 어려 보이는데. 이러면 어쩌지? 다시. 야, 안녕. 너 산 좀 타냐? 역시 초면의 반말은 좀... 모르겠다. 이게 뭐라고 긴장되는 거야. 근데 대체 왜 아무도 내 의뢰는 안 찾지? 보상이 부족한가? 거기 자네 산 좀 타냐? 아니, 너 산 좀 타세요? 아니, 산을 사랑하십니까? 안녕하신가? 이 몸의 이름은 란더. 본인 대신 끝없는 겨울의 산에 올라갈 용사를 찾고 있죠.
Great! You'll do! Why so surprised? Jeez, people need more faith in each other, am I right? Here, take this pass. I'm fine without it, but you'll probably be chased off without one. The reward? Oh man, right to it! I like your style. Actually, someone else will be giving you your reward. Head over to Balacs' altar. I need to go pay the finder's fee first, but I'll catch up soon.
Cursey, this is such a waste of my time. Why won't they let us enter? Don't they know how far I've traveled?
The explosion happened out west. How is it relevant to anything happening here in the east?
You know how many years we've been trading here? We can't just pack up and leave now.
Do you want to see me lose my job? How many times do I have to tell you?
Why are you being so strict about it? Don't worry, I'll take full responsibility.
Any of those you couldn't. Waiting for check, Catlet.
All right, no pushing. I see you managed to secure a pass despite the crisis. So, Lando, have you finally found a mercenary?
Not just yet. We need to make a quick detour to Camp Balacs to get our stamp.
Camp Balacs? You mean the prince? To think we...
Hadahas, come on, it's me, Lando! Hey, when I get back, we'll grab some grub. On me!
You do know your sneaking around is probably already public knowledge in Drieghan by now, don't you? Pass.
Alright, our first stop will be Balacs Altar, but I should warn you, those who climb the mountain without first offering up a prayer, that's the last you ever see of them. Oh, you probably already picked up on this at the office, but this quest is a little secret between just the two of us. Got it? Right there! 100 years ago, a legendary climber was the first to reach the mountain's peak, the altar of Old Man Muhad Balacs. That girl over there is a direct descendant of Old Man Muhad. At first, she was pretty upset about being sent to such a rural area. But I bet the sight of some handsome soldiers soon brought her around to the idea, if you know what I mean. If Old Man Muhad was still alive, I would have begged him to climb the mountain just one more time. Bet this is a strange sight to see, huh? Originally, there was nothing here but Balacs Altar. But now we've got Drieghanese, Valencians, and even Calpheonians. And the person you will be meeting today is, drumroll, none other than the Kingdom of Valencia's current ruling despot, Prince Baronessor! What's wrong? Stunned by his greatness? I expected more clapping. What can I say? Your boy's got connections. So, you go first. Tell them you're with me and they won't kick you out. I've got one more person I need to offer a prayer for.
I am a descendant of Muhad Balacs.
In fact, I would now tell me truthfully. My little tavern, I'm usually in...
What a sight to behold!
I've never seen animals like this before.
Have you
Your Majesty, people are growing suspicious.
It cannot be helped. I would be suspicious too. Causing a fuss like this just to visit my mother's homelands. Atui, what news have you from Eelt?
They have expressed their intent to deny our entry. Even more so, Your Majesty's entry.
Then there is little we can do. Should harm befall me out here, a town as small as Ailton will be crushed by the diplomat. If only we had the aid of our friend at a time like this.
Shall I bring the Khan's son to you, my prince?
Well, well, speak of the devil. Who would have thought we'd reunite here of all places? You are well? And you're the mercenary our friend brought in. For our paths to cross here, it must be Al's will. But enough pleasantries.
Huh? You know this person?
I see. The trials of the 6 witches. As a boy, my mother, Queen Marumin, would tell me the tales of her home, and my great-uncle's letters suddenly come to mind. Their contents left a deep impression on me. Is that really all you want from me? I'm capable of providing so much more, especially for you. If that's the case, I will give him to you as your reward.
Me? What are you even saying? You can't just...
Do you think I would entrust this quest to just anyone?
A preliminary investigation is essential to employment. First son of the Khan, leader of the demi-beast's homeland. Due to your status, you have permission to go where you please.
On top of that, as heir of the Khan, you must know the lay of the land better than anyone.
I never studied anything like that.
Then by offering him as your reward, am I not mutually benefiting all parties? With this, we can now summarize our situation thusly. I wish to find my mother's memento through our friend here. He's looking for someone to climb the mountain of eternal winter. And you are in need of someone that knows these lands.
Seems fine, I guess. But why do I still feel like I lost?
If anyone objects to this arrangement, speak now. You have my ear.
There's a lot of there's a trade...
Now isn't this awkward, seeing you here? Especially in Valencian military barracks. I'm not sure what the prince is looking for, but you... At Star's End, Monmehan, 3rd Prince of Valencia, reportedly said, the item Prince Barhan is looking for is actually mine. If it's something sought by the 1st and 2nd princes in line, it must be extraordinary, right? So whatever this item may be, bring it to me and I will reward you. Just don't let it fall into his hands.
Well, the prince may believe we came here to keep him in check. However, if I were you, I would pick the latter of our 2 options. Make sure that it falls into no one's hands. Both Calpheon and Valencia. There is no way to tell how the events may turn, so...
The choice is yours. Don't forget, that gentle-looking prince, he is a warm... I just want to make sure it doesn't fall into his hands.
The Valencia Catan Military and Calpheon Xi'an Merchant Guild Alliance. The only person that can navigate between these 2 powers is me. Chief Drieghan also knows there is no better candidate than I. See, we may appear to have this time around. The chiefs, we haven't heard a single word from Kama Sylvia since then. Ha! Don't ask me for more. People, anyways, I've got a problem that needs taking care of. There's always rodent-like people lurking about. Unfortunately, they trust me.
report came in from Charbonneau Villa. He said he did need to tell you something important, though. Could you go meet...
They must be quite
Even though we try so hard to keep... A report came in from Charbonneau Villa.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make a living. I don't want to lose my job.
What's going on? Where's the mine?
Fleeing in the wrong direction?
It was all mine for the take.
I'm busy enough as it is.
Valencia and Calpheon have diverted.
Oh, what in the world is this barbarian even mumbling about? Yeah, I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. I need to notify the... You could probably... Also, it's quite a cruel and horrid
Oh, I thought you ditched me. You run super fast. I'm gonna have to stick close till we get this quest all tied up. Come on, let's get this show on the road. Now then, the legend of the 6 witches. I'm thinking we go talk to a professor or something. What? What are you looking at me like that? I already told you. I just fooled around. I skipped all my Contology classes. Anyway, be cool. I'll get all the information we need, so don't worry your pretty little head. This is the document that Prince Barhan wanted us to reference. Blah, blah, blah. Since Moruman is the Queen's city-worn name, it's extremely rare for us Abbets to stay in our homeland. So it's hard to find even the smallest scraps. There are also some tidbits about King Torme, Prince Barhan's father. The king came looking for Hanak Barabin in Ailton, and through him, the king met his future queen-to-be. Torme brought this foreign woman back to his kingdom and married her, while Hanak Barabin stayed here for the remainder of his life. Ugh, my head. Oh wait, there's a saying that I've heard that goes, "For golden years of peace and calm, life in Ailton can do no wrong." Life in Ailton can do no wrong! That's it! It's got to be this place, Old Man Charbonneau's villa. This is the place everyone visits if Ailton's their final destination in, life. Eat some good food, enjoy some fishing.
Is there something that prevents your... Is there something...
The children of fresh fish.
Have you heard the song? Have you heard?
Now that I'm teaching with some
I get my food.
Greetings. What?
Oh, Lando, a new spring shall come to the... Don't you worry, he shall return unharmed
Sorry, real late start on this. Totally intend to focus on my Contology lessons now. Promise.
Sure. Now gaze upon the highlands with your back to the mountain. Hanak Barabin. Ah, yes. There was a time when he came to the villa every day, saying he was fed up with the world. Once.
So then, any chance you've heard of Marumen? That's her city-worn name. Which isn't too helpful since we need her hill-sworn name.
I can't recall much. But if you are looking for someone, it would be best to look where the city meets the hills.
Any chance a person could get by without leaving a record?
Well, I've heard a rumor going around that Prince Barhan has come...
Oh, that, I found some work there to stop...
Marumen. Her name in the Highlands is Baram. Hanak Barabin came deep in the night with a brawny man, and...
What? But only shamans have the authority to name someone. If you're not a shaman...
It was a secret marriage of state. It's difficult for me to speak more. She did say, should Prince Barhan come to the valley in the distant future, there was something she wanted him to have. It is written in an ancient script of the Highlands. Try as you might, Lando. You won't be able to read this, but I do believe holding it upside down is a bit excessive.
A true expert's gotta be able to
Yes, well, kindly deliver that to Maslin's Euless Citron Orchard. And it's good to see you so lively again.
So actually, the most popular book in Valencia right now is The Six Witches of the Snowfield. That novel was based on the letters sent by Hanak Barabin. Think you could fill me in on the details? It's, so that I can tell my guest about it.
Libresca, the dragon that hunted dragons, claimed the Golden Mountain with the hearts of her kin. After a long period, when no dragon stepped forward to challenge her, either by divine error or as a test, Libresca, emboldened by the god-consuming flame, the Enix, stood defiantly against the authority of the god. In retribution, they severed her legs and stripped off her wings, thereby also stripping the mountain of its golden glory and plunging it into an eternal winter. Libresca's first death left her a mere husk in the haven of slumbering origin, where, however, Libresca's first death also breathed 7 new lives into being. By the creatures below the mountain, they were called witches.
Could you, tell us more about the trials of those witches?
Legends are just legends. How much more reckless your thoughts will become if you continue down this path.
Mr. Charbonneau! Mr. Charbonneau! The charcoal workshop!
Wait here.
Now's our chance! We need to find the book before Old Man Charbonneau gets back. What was the title of the book again? Listen. Listen quietly to the colorful flowers newly they cry, for a second death has taken Libresca. I'll stand guard. Search the cabin for the book, quickly!
a bit. Just wait.
Oh! Come on, hurry! The old man is... Huh? That look on his face...
It seems you will need to follow me to the charcoal workshop.
Master Charbonneau, I want all...
The larger... That was one of the first... I used to collect the worn... That was one of the first skills I learned when I started working here.
Its reach has...
Will the blizzard...
What is this? Is this a tree or a rock?
No! Don't touch!
Is this the work of the Oak-Jinshini?
I do not believe so. The mountain...
Oh, hey! No luck finding the book earlier, huh? Oh, wait a second. A fight! There's a fight happening! That's definitely the sound of people screaming. Well, I don't want you to see me get scolded by old man Charbonneau either.
I'm also friend. Hi there!
Long time. This market here at...
Looking calm down.
Oh my.
I've put us. We have everything.
Calm down. I hear you, I do. But
I saw it clearly with my own eyes. There's a baby black dragon roaming the dense
I had no idea you people were like this! Do you think we'll just act like friendly
this is our way. When we embody the spirit of the Shere Khan, we fight the dragons as one. When we don the wings of the... However, this is the Highlands.
But that thing has nothing to do with Everfrost. That black dragon, the one that he commands. I saw it fly over Charbonneau Villa last night. Our children are there. We cannot sit idly by and watch someone so dangerous run amok.
Listen and take note, though you may not fully understand. We've had an ironclad connection to the dragons from the beginning.
Oh, hey! You're the warrior of Wind Knoll, living with the mutant swamp sentinels? Oh, wow, this is so... I've only seen them from a distance. Oh, just the thought of them gives me the chills.
Hey, isn't that the Khan's son?
Look at him, still acting like a child.
His stubborn father started this blasted war, and now the people of Ailton have had to stoop to hiring mercenaries.
That's right. And they won't even let us ascend the mountain. Thanks to you, we've lost a damn fortune!
But...
An asinine leader and his ass of a son. For crying out loud, go appoint a proper Khan already! But no offense intended, just a friendly warning from your neighbor.
I eventually got the truth out of Lando. You're meant to climb the mountain in his stead. I'm sorry. Please entertain it as nothing more than the request of an immature child and kindly dismiss it. You've likely already heard, but this is no ordinary mountain. We are also currently at war with the Oak Jinshini that protect the mountain. To climb this summit, on top of that, Lando's father is our Khan, the Khan that leads the Abets of Ailton. His childish actions endanger the entire town. Lando will likely be at the guard post that sits atop Arethia's belt. It is a...
I'm on guard. He just can't...
Hurinil's my brother, and a right club Hurinil's my...
You know, from the beginning, I never planned on hiding anything from you. And I never planned on asking you to cleave your way through Okajinshini on your way up to the summit. There is a safe way up the mountain. I already sorta... Earlier, I should have never done that. I feel like I'm kind of the bad guy now. But there's a saying around the Mountain of Eternal Winter: nothing will prevent one who has overcome the trials of the 6 witches. If we can get through the trials, then even the Okajinshini will open the path for us. Earlier, the reason I want to climb that dangerous mountain is my little brother. He climbed the mountain to look for our father, and he hasn't returned yet. But we're not supposed to climb the mountain. Actually, there's a rule of the Highlands that forbids it. The old man got so upset because he thought I was going to break it. Only the hawks with their snow-piercing wings and the leopards with their nimble legs are able to ascend this. If a weak fox or deer climbs the mountain, then the hawk... But my brother dared to imagine it! He always wondered. However, you're not from the Highlands. So, if you earned the rite of passage... What? I think I sprained my tongue just pronouncing it. Who is he? Wow, look at you! Connection, the hut he lives in is over there. Right there. What are you planning to do? Are you planning to add him to our party? I just need to dry my eyes. He's no bold warrior. He's a bold thief. Here's old man Charbonneau's book we were looking at. Looks like he used the Black Dragon as a distraction to steal it. What's this?
As expected, you too were looking for the book.
What? How did you get out of there?
There are times when this cursed brand can be useful. Despite my defeat, you witnessed what I was capable of with Belmorn's powers. I'm sure that talkative black spirit of yours is whispering endlessly in your head, so let me cut to the chase and make... I am also in search of the Eunuchs. I want to erase Belmorn's brand with its god-devouring flame. I have need of its power, just once. But become as such, we have no reason to be rivals for the flame.
No! He hurt people!
I harmed not a single hair. I only erase their memories. I'll say it but once more, my goal is Belmorn's erasure. I just need the flame to burn off this brand. After... There isn't a single soul on the continent who knows not my face. And what's more, this failed monarch's mark continues to attract pests. However, there was one that understood my only wish was to restore, though the world may stand against me. If I... Dorette. That sweet girl loved me no matter what.
No! He hurt people!
I want to return while I still have a place to return to, with mind and body cleansed. I have need of its power, just once. I want to return while I still have a place to return. I just need the flame to burn off this. I want to return while I still have a place.
Were you, close with that fella? Well, he does seem pretty Anyway, time is of the essence. So, now, everyone is in agreement. The first witch, sorry, Noel's companion at Win Noel's Perch, Tamulin, will definitely know.
This was a mistake. The mutants seem to have caught the scent of you both.
What? There are...
You fool of a fox! We need to stop him before he creates even greater trouble. We have no choice. I will draw the eyes of the mutants. You need to get out of here while they are distracted.
Wow. He really is the warrior that lives...
Look at that. It doesn't seem...
There is no... If you've...
At these, my Toma was...
If you're heading to outsiders refer to us who...
You're lucky to...
The moment I met my... The moment...
Some things require, and one must...
According to myth, the first abets that saw the light... Lando, what a mess you've made. You should know. The mutant swamp sentinels are also beings of And you, bear in mind that terrorizing the town...
It was a matter of urgency.
Anyway, this is Noel's Perch of the first Hawk abets.
We are looking for Tamulin, he who is known as a companion of Noel.
Wow, your friend is a real go-getter.
Even if we are the bridge that connects the worlds, we cannot just let anyone...
Hold. I see you find...
There are procedures regarding Win Noel. For 3 days, you are to pay, and only those who pass the chances exam within 50...
When the rules need to be followed, then they will be followed. The Hawks, Noel's winged swept away by the dark... The trials left by the 6 witches were definitely prepared for times like this.
This is a man who speaks my language.
You'll knock the companions off their perches making a racket like that. Come inside, you who is to undergo... On the day of the explosion in the Sherakan iron mines, incomprehensible screams of the 6 witches said the long-departed flame must be returned to the mountain. When we asked what it meant, he said, just because it has never been seen, does not mean it does not exist. Tamulin's words are not without merit. Then the Hawk abets that left to traverse rules and principles are of utmost importance here. So please, take on the trial of the witch and uncover the unseen truth.
While seeking a place to roost, Noel, the first of the Hawk abets, happened upon lands once belonging to the long-departed Marsh Witch of Swamps. As he neared, he could see the humans who had settled on the cliff tops packing up their belongings. "Why are you departing these lands?" asked he, to which the humans replied, "These are the lands of the great witch Marsh, who taught us how to bind the ankles of dragons. But the mutants make it such that we can no longer remain here." "But what brought you to these lands?" asked they, to which Noel in turn replied, "'Twas my keen eyes that brought me here, having caught the glimmer of a seed shining in the soil of swamps below." The humans climbed the cliff to gaze upon the swamps as Noel had, yet they could see naught, only thick clouds of dust kicked up by the mutants. The humans looked anxious, then turned to Noel in anger. "The hawk doth spout nonsense to cloud our better judgment. Our wisdom is all that is left to us. Let us leave these lands and make for the forbidden Black Mountain. The great founder beckons." And with that, the humans left, and these barren lands became what we now know today as Noel's Perch. When the humans had left, Noel reflected deeply upon all that had occurred. "I shall collect the seeds from the swamp of deep slumber and cultivate this land." So, Noel ventured silently forth, staying low. For believing the humans had fled to the cliff top, the mutants cast their gaze upwards, oblivious to all that transpired below them. With his keen eyes, Noel started gathering the seeds one by one. At Noel cried out with joy. He then began to properly sow the swamp. But being a hawk, Noel had no use for seeds. What Noel needed was a tree to build his nest upon. Thus, with the seeds now sown throughout the swamp, Noel could only wait and hope the seeds take root and grow into a great tree worthy of his nest.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You can avoid detection just by crouching? Why did no one tell me about this? Mind blown.
A surprisingly large mouth for such a small fox. Is our trial to be finding the seeds buried in the swamp?
You're sharp, like Noel's eyes. However, only Noel's companions can locate the seeds. That is why passing the Chantas exam is a requirement. You will need to become one with your hawk. We are skipping over all these steps due to your sincerity. To Mulan.
Now you will begin to commune with the companion. Before we get started, please...
Procedure upon useless procedure.
I'll test my luck with this
Submit thyself, Hawk.
Good. May Noel's warm winds embrace you. If you form a connection, they will unfurl their wings and puff out their chests. If not...
How can I commune with them when I'm too short to reach them?
That is fine. Communion has nothing to do with your height, just your eyes. If you do fail, go to the Noel totem and butcher the sheep offered there. Then bring the lamb meat and try again. Sincere hearts always connect. Now you may good. May Noel's warm wind follow the hawk while avoiding the mutant swamp sentinels. They will lead you to the seeds hidden by the witch.
I can't believe it. This guy? You know what he just told me to do? Get lost!
They can't see very well below their knees.
I've never had anyone talk to me like that.
Move while
deserve
crouched,
No,
and you might
I
as well be a phantom.
Oh, jeez.
But your friend here, I don't think he's cut out for such maneuvers. His legs seem terribly weak. I'll give him 10 steps at most before he's just extra baggage. And that's me being generous.
Hey, pal. Does this thing on my back look like a shell to you, huh? I'll tell you about these legs. You have no idea what kind of raw power I got in them.
It appears this burden falls on us, and us alone.
In Ailton, you know what they used to call
First,
me?
I will
Lando.
erase my presence, borrowing what I need from Belmorn's powers. So if anything goes wrong, it's all on you. If you cause me any trouble, I will cut you down myself. It appears this burden falls on us, and us move while crouched, and you might as well be if you cause me any trouble. Expect much to begin with. You've no idea how many times I wanted to leave you for dead. You were lucky. Let's get moving.
Wow, that was some awesome teamwork, you guys. You know...
Is there no way to keep this one's jaw shut? Stop wasting our time and get moving to the next trial.
I'm so glad to see that you've succeeded without injury. I apologize for my initially cold demeanor. Please forgive me.
Toma just wanted to maintain the respect of our winged...
Say your farewells to your respective companions. They may appear again to assist in your hour of need.
Don't worry, little buddy. We may have just watched from the sidelines.
Don't go to Calpheon. 'Tis a silly place.
Gives me a headache just hearing their cries.
Procedure upon useless procedure. I will pluck your whiskers, one by one, for each moment you dawdle. Let her...
Oh, okay, fine. Jeez. Will horn sprout from your butt if you say it a little nicer? The second witch is Awena, the Witch of Blights. The sleep-talking seed can only truly slumber within Awena's kiln.
Great. Another thing we won't be able to shut up.
Huh? You think I'm rambling? Just look at it! It's pretty clear we should go to Awena's tail.
This is the watering hole for my thirsty headhunters. I think it's best if we move separately. I will go with this one and assess the situation from a distance.
Huh? But why me? I don't want to go with you.
Looks like you don't have much time. You should hurry. Our furry friend will receive the full regiment of Serendia's finest soldiers.
It doesn't seem like Corbet's coming.
Seriously, those rocks piled up like a This is the—
What does it matter? Leomar said to allow passage to anyone coming from the swamp. No matter—
Ah, yeah. He did say that. Well, come on in. And make—
Am I seeing things? No. Did you come from the swamp teeming with those mutant monsters?
Books are my... I can...
Always don't care how...
Yes, that you care for two...
Only those.
What happened here last night? What are the guards doing? The Serendian wagon heading to Eldon will be arriving soon. Leomar, you need to fix this.
Of course. Although clearing those rocks will be a cinch. After multiple generations, I finally... Oh, I'm sorry for greeting you so late. I heard you came up from the swamp. Usually a junction abuzz with travelers too, but it seems like you're no trade. Aweena's kiln. Those amazing ancestors of mine. They have truly done themselves proud. Oh, sorry. Just internal musings bubbling to the surface. Though it is connected to this wondrous, a tale told at a trading hub should come at a cost. As someone that can pass through a swamp teeming with mutants, I'm sure...
Setting back a fair few silver.
I'm over.
Once I have that Huan...
Why is my mercenary out here doing hard labor? And why am I whispering? Unlike your brooding buddy, I am not the type to run away. Put down the pickaxe and quickly come with me. Our Baron of Bloodlust is angry again. Unlike your brooding buddy, I am not the type to run away.
I cannot fathom why you would be plinking away out here. I'm sure your clever black spirit could have suggested a better alternative.
Oh gosh, you didn't hurt them, did you? Sir...
Leomar, or whatever he is called. He bears the countenance of a master manipulator.
Oh? You're into physiognomy?
It is clear this Leomar is obsessed with stories and rumors. If Aweena's kiln is connected to this junction, then he likely has records of its legend.
Who goes there? What are you doing?
I guess we're out of options. Go outside and check the contents of the book. Surreptitiously. I would advise you quickly.
Hey! Why are you carrying me off? Now I look like your accomplice! I did nothing wrong!
75-year-old poor Donia Wan.
Wow. Amazing. Simple.
Leomar, sir, I think we might need to hire more guards.
Instead of just hiring more, how about we fire the lot and start fresh? That poison needle. I'm sure it's the work of that fugitive, Jordine. Having discovered signs of his presence here, we, as Serendians, cannot sit idly by.
Of course. This new friend of ours.
I think we've done all we could here.
I'm telling you.
My chief, we must leave. We shall make for Black Mountain, forbidden though it be. The great founder beckons us. Was it youth's folly that bade them go? Although these lands were home to Aweena, witch of ruin, she who taught us how to rob dragons of their breath, these wastelands can be called home no longer, made barren as they are by the heat emanating from the cave. The heat of which he spake was much akin to the heat of passion that burned within. My chief, you cannot join us, for since the great witches perished, harsh winters have plagued these lands. The cold will take you before we reach where the great founder beckons us from. But here you shall know warmth until your final days. To speak true, I had never any intention of accompanying them. But know this, said he, you will always be our chief. That will never change, be we here or in places far. So I say, I hope you shall remain steadfast to the very end, for us. And verily, we arrived at the crux of the matter. Remember how we implored of the Great Witch, why doth the heat of the cave radiate without end all year long? Our query was met with laughter, but now she doth laugh no more. I told myself it could not be, that he would surely not ask this of me. If thou live truly for the good of the tribe, then I beseech you, destroy Awena's kiln. The source of that incessant heat must lie someplace beneath. If we find the source, we shall have untold power over the other tribes. I know not why, but I simply nodded. Please, do all within your power until our return, and pray remember, you shall forever be our chief.
Our family was a little different, even in Drieghan. While everyone else sharpened their swords to fight the dragons, we sharpened our pickaxes. The huge boulder that was blocking this junction continued to be whittled down through the ages, until now. Did I gain anything from it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. However, I truly believe my ancestors...
What? Then Awena's kiln? Was the stone once blocking this junction? Oh, what do we do? It's been completely destroyed! Oh no, Awena's kiln...
Ah! You scared me. Who is this white-furred fox?
Leomar, sir. We need you down there now. The demi-beast researcher finished investigating those rocks.
Soon I will be...
5-year-old Pordonia wine.
The piles of rock are actually a type of species found on Everfrost called Tachyon. They usually inhabit the mountain of eternal wind. Seems they died at Awena's tail almost immediately due to the heat that radiates directly from the ground. A phenomenon unlike anything.
What? Why would a creature from Everfrost come all the way here?
A dreadwinter tree has also apparently put down roots nearby.
What? I heard rumors recently that a ghost now haunts the mountainside. You Abets took all the stones that came of Awena's Kill's demolition! It is clearly...
What? Us?
Darn it, Griffith! Go back and finish your job. I will be offering a prayer tonight. Cursed things, be gone!
Well, I think it's best for us to be the ones to bury them.
Over here! What's this noise about us taking the rubbly remains of Awena's kiln?
I'm glad to see you at a... Well, I can certainly However, how can you not know the history behind...
Huh? What are you talking about? How is that connected to Awena?
Curses. What a fine waste of time this has been. 2 days fully wasted thanks to you. It is my nature to prepare for every...
Huh? How'd the murderous specter get in here?
Do you have anything else to say?
People are starting to get suspicious. They have begun to monitor my movements. Lady Durat can't even
Red? Oh, that letter we saw in the hut! Aw, bitter buddy. You had a girlfriend?
How dare you, you lowly fox! If you speak such slander of our princess again, my blade will split your throat, and your next mention of her name will be a whistle of...
Let's hear the rest of it.
No, the moon has fallen. We need to find that dreadwind. If we don't do it tonight, then last night's...
No, Puto, stay there. Lando will be the one to purify the winter tree. This will serve as a very expensive teaching fee for
Seems like everyone is super mad right now.
I hope you learned your lesson. Ale, the first year Abets to leave the Zavir Highlands. It is known to be the first day he went near a blind. As he approached, there's mysterious powers within those stones, said Ale. They're just strange hot stones. In that case, allow me to buy them. Just take them. No, replied Ale. I can't just take such precious stones. So he left to get oak pills of grass and a horse to trade. He gave these to the old man the next day, who took them reluctantly. He did the same the following day, and the next. Ale continued to trade his oak pills and horses for the old man's stones. He took all the Awina stones he traded for to the Zavir Highlands. Then one day, on his way to Awina's Tail, Ale came across a large group of humans. They belonged to another Highlands village, not far. So he asked them, "Where are you going?" "The great founder beckons," was the reply. "Then who will guard the village in your stead?" asked Ale. The villager considered this. "Ah, would you protect it, Ale? We know you to be trustworthy." That day marked the end of Ale's journeys to Awina's Tail, and the last day any Abets would leave the Zavir Highlands again. That night, a light smoke drifted up from Ailton, from a kiln Ale had constructed out of Awina's stones.
It's coming back to me now! I think I had a dream about this one.
You likely just fell asleep during your lesson.
The sleep-talking seed can only truly slumber within Awina's kiln. Though Awina's kiln has been dismantled, we should be able to use a furnace constructed from the very stones of the kiln to complete the witch's trial. We could have saved ourselves a lot of time if you actually paid attention during your own history class.
But then I would never have gotten to do your elite soldier training thing.
Charcoal workshops here have a kind of furnace, commemoratively called a kiln, that burns hotter than any other. Thankfully, one of Mr. Charbonneau's charcoal workshops is nearby. It is operated by his first son.
He's left it in the hands of his workers while he's traveling abroad, but as it's still of the Charbonneau name, we should have it at our disposal.
You should go first. It will be dangerous to move together with the guard on alert.
I'll take the furball and go first. Make sure...
I am not a furball!
Oh, sorry. We've yet to be properly introduced. I'm Tabadai, a winter tree researcher in Ailton. Over here is Puteau, Ailton's oak pill researcher. I heard you took care of the winter tree that appeared by Charbonneau Villa.
It isn't a tree that would usually take root all the way out here. It's a clear sign the mountain is in pain. We need to investigate the situation further.
Please come visit us in Ailton.
Well, you're surprisingly early. For someone arriving from the land of the morning calm, anyway. Why is everything taking so damn long when we need but a single use of their furnace? The owner seems to have indeed left for the city. Of course, as our luck would have it, the owner hired a replacement, who happens to be from Serendia. I will leave this to you, then.
Bloody goblins! They start slacking, you throw them in the furnace! You got any idea how backed up we are here? Get in line! Look, Mr. Furry Fox, I already told you. If you really want to be the first in line to use the furnace, I'm gonna need you to take care of those, tasks I gave you.
Seriously, this guy's requests? Just ask for the moon while you're at it. A full day of physical labor?
Look here, you! I'm gonna go tell old man Charbonneau! I'm altering the deal. 2 days. I have Charbonneau's complete trust. That's why I'm in charge while he's off gallivanting. And what say we leave this work to the goblins and get ourselves a drink? Bloody goblins! They start slacking? This coupon was given to you by the workshop's master? You think that's an...
We've got some really dense snowfield cedar here.
What? A Calpheonian goblin? Would you look at this?
As I said, I'm...
Oh, swept off to Calpheon then, I take it? So?
Kind of.
I'm not sure if you're daring or just stupid! Oh, my God. Okay, fine. Richie, before you get suited up, we've got a little...
Did they learn this from the back alleys of Calpheon? I was wondering where I'd seen your face before, Jean-Louis. Selling your own family to be a Calpheonian lapdog? How did a mongrel become the leader of some back-alley thugs in this corner of the world?
How do you even know?
To go so far as to change your identity. You've a talent, mutt. Did you enjoy yourself? Why are you standing around? Get started.
Okay. Now, first, we need chopped wood. There's gotta be a... Aha! And we need the clay that was delivered from the Arethia's...
Why are you standing around? Get started.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Now, why? Okay. Time to activate my trap card. Now then, just gotta let it percolate.
Oh, that's not...
You idiot, what did you do?
Nothing. This should be right. Maybe a smidge too much magic powder.
You fool of an Abet! What did you put in there?
Oh, this looks bad. Oh, real bad. It's like the research lab fire all over again. I'll take care of the furnace. You're on firefighting duty.
Out of my way! If I leave this to you, the whole place will burn down. I call forth the power of Belmorn, like it or not, to clear the disaster wrought by our ill-fortuned fox.
Okay, time to activate.
It seems that whilst in your company, the sleep-talking seed can only truly slumber within Oweena's kiln.
You! Lend us your aid!
What's he doing? Lando,
Wow! Oh, this parchment written in the ancient...
You were entrusted with a quest from Prince Bahan? I see. I didn't realize you were in such high demand.
Yeah, you see that? See how popular I am? If our age was based on our popularity, I'd... Wait. I know that look. Oh yeah, we're getting up to... You don't mind going on ahead without us, right? We need to teach these ruffians a lesson for all the...
Go ahead and take the geriatric lady killer with you. I have business to attend to here.
Still want some strawberries. Huh. I brought a lot of vegetables, Pa. I can't wait to eat strawberries. bring something if you want strawberries, Pa. Go get something now. I brought a lot of vegetables, Pa. I can't wait to eat strawberries. I brought a lot of vegetables, Pa. I can't wait to eat strawberries. Dash! Are you Richie the Nimble? I'm sorry, Pa. If that's the case, yes, let me give you a bit of background on our orchard. The seeds used here came from thanks to our love. I forgot. And over there. We also have strawberries we brought over. You need to bring something if you want strawberries,
Aren't our little Papu friend? This farm.
Poor, the older I.
It's the first time I've ever...
You look pretty,
Come, we've been waiting for you. Where did you get your outfit from? It's so...
This den of incessant harpies.
Oh, I didn't know we had guests. And Lando, it's good to see you in such good spirits.
Old man Charbonneau asked me to deliver this to you.
Well then, I'll prepare us some tea inside.
I'll save my eardrums the screeching and wait outside.
Oh, it's the first time I've ever seen a fox like you, Pa.
It may seem like just a simple citron orchard now, but this was the birthplace of Prince Barhan's mother, Queen Maruman. I was Maruman's... No, her Hillsworn name was Baram. Throughout our childhood, we were the closest of friends. My closest friend, Baram. However, then, one...
Huh? But doesn't being heir to the shaman also make marriage a big no-no?
She said it was an agreement between nations, but... Ailton is too small to be called a nation, don't you think? She said little else on the topic. Her stance was that this was one of the trials on her path of prophecy. King Torme falling in love with her. Her being whisked away to the desert kingdom, Valencia. Though she did promise to return to the Mountain of Eternal Winter once she has completed her trial in Valencia.
Look, I don't know too much about the Big L yet, but why marry King Torme if she just thought of him as a trial?
Who knows? That is something only Baram would know. And before the Highlands embraced her, the single child that she bore with King Torme. If Barhan ever comes looking for my memento, give him this, along with the Hillsworn name.
Give it to me now!
Is this the memento Queen Maruman asked you to give to...
Yes, it is. It is written in Gardaga's code. The cipher of the Prophet of Valencia.
Look at these weird symbols! Twins?
Prince Barhan will understand. Now let me prepare you a gift. This is a huge weight off my chest. I thought, what if I pass on before the prince comes looking for it?
you about jumping on the bed?
It's my turn to play with it. Give it to me now. It's my turn to play with it.
Where did you get this troublemaking streak from, Pa?
I'm a great legendary warrior of Papura Aura. Pa, pa.
What have I told you about jumping on the bed?
It's my turn to play with it. Give it to me now. I'm a great legendary warrior of Papura Aura. Pa, pa.
Strawberries, Pa.
I brought a load, leaving
By the long face. I'll definitely be back. I do expect a 7-citron dish spread when I return, though.
Excuse me, Pa?
Just figured you'd want to treat the future Khan to more of your overseas delicacies. Why'd you come all the way here anyway?
Moslin asked us if we would like to go see a place where people the world over gather.
Hey, you papu chatterboxes! Let the guests go already and get back to work!
What a party pooper! Anyways, oh yeah, I have something for you. This is the citron seed for farming. It's filled with the vitality of the Mountain of Eternal Winter, so it's sure to grow well anywhere.
Barhan, stop digging any further. Baram had no choice. Please, understand.
So guys, how about we mosey on over to Ailton?
No. We need to go complete the third trial.
Lord Jordine,
Hmm?
thank you for helping me. Thank you so very much again.
Long ago, you were dragged off to Calpheon and made to be a fool. Think of this as recompense for not being able to protect you back then. But from this day forward, speak not my name, or the events of today will continue to haunt you. Banish all thoughts of me. It's plenty enough if only I remember.
Wow.
I need none of your concern.
Over there. Trust me, the third trial is most definitely in that
That's just the road to town. You're...
Yes, of course we're going to town. Oh, lovely Ailton. Surely even your demon legs must get tired.
I have no interest in sightseeing. There's no town better than Hydael anyway. Now that I think of it, I've seen our bets across the continent.
Only those who walk the path of prophecy can leave the Highlands.
The path of prophecy. Is it some ascetic practice? That aside, aren't you the heir of the Khan? You'd think such a clean piece of parchment would hold ink better. No wiser citizen would heed...
Yeah, considering you just got done saying, there's no better town than Hydael.
Read the clue about the third trial.
The third witch is Bronte, the Witch of Thunder. The molar that stewed in the furnace's fires wishes to sit atop Bronte's bolt tree.
Let us return to that farm
Marslan, was it? She'll have the answer, I'm sure of it.
Hey! Have a little more faith in your companions! In 2 trials, how many times have I steered us wrong? Twice? That's nothing! Remember Professor Talbudai? The Winter Tree researcher we met at Awena's Tale? She holds a seat on the Ailton Grand Conference. But she's—
To Snowstorm Guard Post it is, then.
Hey, you aiming to get chewed out? Like 3 mercenaries from your lot already ran off?
The Manol mercenaries keep asking us for I already knew you were, no matter how high, but if you want to talk—
This here's I'm only gonna Ailton is to our back.
Is such incompetence catching?
What did you say?
If you heard not, I must have spoken.
You scoundrel! If I wasn't on duty right now, I would have...
Are you looking to test your skill?
Good. Who gave the order to abandon your post? Are you a madman? Huh? You! Which mercenary guild are you from? Oh, do you know who I am? I'm Aigen!
What's with all the ruckus? Why is Aigen blowing his top?
Oh! Gunbold! Look at these
But I did warn you. This place is dangerous. Though, while you're here, pay a visit to Temujin, but Temujin is terrified of them.
Ah, so you wrangled some up, huh? What?
You scoundrel! If I wasn't on duty...
Lando, still a young and foolish Abetz, was naive enough to bring you, especially if you intend to bring along Lando, the heir of our Khan. But I am the commander of this post.
As someone that bore the fangs of the lion, you recruit far too many mercenaries, causing them to bicker among themselves while you say they merely need to stand guard, but they let us in, complete strangers. You're so filled with fear of your enemies, you can't even imagine going to fight them on the field. How do you plan to win a war like this? Is Ailton hiring all these third-rate mercenaries that enlist to do a mediocre job and collect their— If you've not struck gold here, then these people are being bled dry for nothing.
You are 100% correct. I fully acknowledge my complete incompetence. I guess I needn't worry about leaving Lando's life in such capable hands. Let's continue talking inside. I'll get the drinks ready. To have trouble like this, I hope.
I'm just doing you on.
You look fairly young. Sure you're even old enough?
Seen war. I'm constantly embroiled in it.
Oh, spoken like a commander. Leadership experience is pretty
I apologize if I am unmoved by the praise of a third-rate commander that can't even keep a mercenary army of this size in order.
This guy's got fire in him. Once you get older, you'll learn. The world has no outcome brought about without reason. But anyway, you said you're looking for Bronte's Bolt.
We will be heading beyond it to the mountain of it.
Looking for the eunuchs, I see. We have a saying around here. There are 4 seasons within the winter, and they revolve around the eunuchs.
And you're telling me this because—
Right now, out of the 4 winters, this is the winter that courts death. Best to stay out of winters like this. I shall allow you passage to Bronte's Bolt. But there's a catch.
We are not taking—
This guy, sharp as a blade he is. Talk with them, and they will help you with your trial.
objects blowing in the winds of the mountain.
Do you know anything about... We split up the...
Talk
with them.
It's Okinchini territory.
What is
We
a
must
winter
be careful
tree?
going to that
Actually,
place. It's Okinchini territory. It's Okinchini territory.
Talk with them. And they...
Hello?
Even while...
What's with that?
It's a big from Commander Gunbolt. The soldier in charge of rationing just picked up and left.
You can do the cooking. I will ration.
Everyone is starving. Empty bellies make for empty talk, as they say. If you can make it up this far, everyone is starving. Empty bellies make for... Everyone is starving.
You can do the cooking. I will ration it.
Pick up your palette knife and then work that into your meat. Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot over spicy meat. Yeah, boy. That's it. Lovely.
You can do the cooking.
Now I feel like I can survive. And wow, this tastes so much better. Did we change cooks?
Ganbold told us to ask you about, however...
It's such an old tale that most of them won't remember. However, Paternal Chief Records Officer at your service. A few days after the humans had left for the Forbidden Black Mountain to meet the Great Founder, a new group of humans. Why are you uprooting this tree? Ale asked, to which the humans replied. This lightning-struck tree was once Bronte's, the Witch of Thunder. She used it to teach us how to tear off a dragon's wings. We were grateful for her wisdom, but when storms came, lightning would set the tree ablaze. Now, the witch is gone, as will we be soon, who will douse the flames that threaten to engulf our village, until all that existed here exists no more upon our return. Ale thought, there's no need to uproot the tree. We will keep it safe in your absence. But the human replied, would you take the witch's wisdom from us? Only we can rule over the dragons. And with that, they uprooted the tree with finality and left. But Ale couldn't stand it. Much like the dazzling light at Awena's tail, he felt the tree calling out to him, this time in painful moans. His tears began to flow, but when they hit the ground, in their place grew another tree. As for the humans' fears, well, they never came to be. After the witch's death, an eternal winter befell this place.
Then, ultimately, as soon as it rains, lightning will strike the Bronte's bolt tree.
It is nearly impossible for rain to fall there by natural means. Actually, it is. But for Invish, the sage of the Abets.
Everyone, get up and head to cover! It's Professor Tabudai. She's returned with grave injury from Bronte's bolt!
objects.
Tabudai's the real.
Mountain of eternal winter. I say we check it out.
Is a winter tree, actually.
Professor, take this oak pill of flames. It will slow the spread of the poison.
Poison? The Oak Jinshini are using...
Gone bold. No. It's not the Oak Jinshini. It's you. From Alina's tale. Is Lando here as well? Bring him here. I have something urgent to tell him.
Oh, no.
Look at this! It's a winter spirit! How did they catch it alive? Didn't anyone ever tell you not to build... What did you say? Professor Tabudai? Oh, okay, I'll go right now! Professor Tabudai! Huh?
It's poison. Don't inhale too much of it. I don't have much time. Listen carefully. Tell your quick-footed friends in your fleeing fox squad, was it? Do you remember your lessons on the ecology of winter trees? It's of little matter now. There are 2 ways the winter trees survive. Much like dandelion seeds, the farther the seeds travel, the stronger the mountain becomes. Second is by the Oak Jinshini planting them. Return, return, they sing, planting them because they have a superstitious belief that Libresca will return when she sees the jade light of the winter tree. That's why I believed the Dreadwinter trees were also planted by the Oak Jinshini.
Professor, you need to save your breath. The poison will...
A monster that I've never seen was planting a seed near Bronte's bolt tree. And as soon as the seed was planted, it sprouted and grew. The very Dreadwinter trees we saw. They are using the winter trees as some... So we need to tell everyone in the area of the Mountain of Eternal Winter to find all the locations where the Dreadwinter trees took root. Also, get them to safety until these indicators have been analyzed.
What about the monster? Did it flee?
Probably. But it couldn't have gotten far. I bound it with the tooth of the swamp when it wounded me.
A new enemy. A new threat. Commander Gunbold, I have a proposition. First, I need you to evacuate everyone at the refugee camp to Ailton. Send your fastest men to the southern and eastern watchtowers. As for the rest of your soldiers, have them assist the villager evacuation. Then, have them all gather here and stand in formation. Unfortunately, we have zero knowledge about this new threat. But, if you focus on mustering the best defense you can here, that will allow us to go out in search of the monster. However, if we are successful in vanquishing it, then you must help us make a lightning bolt strike the Bronte's boat tree. This blood likely came from the Professor. We'll follow the trail to the monster. So this is Bronte's boat tree. Huh. The monster is definitely still close by.
Whoa. Seeing your skills up close, I was right on the mark about you. During my entire life at the bottom of this mountain, I've never seen the likes of...
I'm taking its poisonous fang. We'll surely have need of it.
Hey! What are you standing around slack-jawed for? Follow his lead! You intend to stay weak and defenseless?
I've never once seen this monster on the path of prophecy. To think...
Commander Gunbold made us a promise that he would aid us in making lightning strike the Bronte's boat tree. Is it you? The one who will aid us?
That's correct. Pardon me for the late introduction. I am Invish, the shaman of the Abets.
They've all been planted, oh great shaman.
To think I would use the last gift the witch bestowed upon the humans that settled this site.
I have no idea what that is, but if I were a betting man, and I am, I'd say it's something amazing.
Though we dared to forget the wisdom of lightning. Please, just this once, forgive us of this sin, and bestow, once more, the wisdom that tore the wings of dragons.
It's like a miracle.
Someday, far in the future, I'm sure it will be told as a tale of mere fiction.
What's your deal? What's your deal?
On the path of prophecy, this is known as the Star of the Winterland. A winter there, all worldly boundaries are erased, as this a majestic castle that pierces the heavens, and the tattered tenements, the radiant beauty, the festering wounds. This is why we love the mountain of eternal winter. We believed it would be eternal. After the mysterious explosion at the Sherakan iron mines, a sound we hoped would never be heard echoed from the silent haven of slumbering origin. A steady crackling, likely from the Yenix, since the haven is the cradle that embraces it. Obviously, the Yenix was lost long, long ago. However, before we could make sense of it all, these monsters began to... If it is a life birthed by the mountain, we cannot raise arms against them. Please, take on this burden that we cannot. so that the Mountain of Origin...
The fourth witch is Lesha, the Witch of Fever. The star of the Winterland seeks the face that it lost, where life and death cycles for the first time since we started this journey.
Where life and death cycles in the heavens. That would be at the end of the Path of Prophecy in Jade Starlight Forest.
The Oak-Jinchini's Jade Starlight Forest? That Jade Starlight Forest? That's where my dad went and never returned from! No, it's
As if that's of any concern. I never expected you to be useful. We just need to cut down whoever gets in our way.
Please, tread carefully. Our Khan, the leader of the Abets, may still be alive. Whatever you do, please, don't do anything that would put him in danger.
When did the Oak-Jinchini destroy this place?
After he entered the Jade Starlight Forest.
Then he is most likely dead.
No!
If you are the heir of the Khan, you must look the ugly truth of reality in the eye. Then search carefully for any... I'll ask again. Why did you want to climb that mountain?
Then allow me to make this one request. Please talk to the Bahitram people at the entrance to the Jade Starlight Forest first. There are those that have observed the Oak-Jinchini for much longer than we. They could have seen signs that we might have missed.
Let's move quickly. There's a price I pay for using this borrowed power. Damn it. I should never have brought it. I reacted too emotionally earlier.
However, I admit, we Bahitrams...
If you plan...
They call the place Bronte's Bolt. You were sent by the Abet shaman, Invish. It pains me to say this, there is no path through the forest that will completely avoid the Oak-Jinchini. I completely understand where Shaman Invish is coming from. The Abets and Oak-Jinchini were once on quite good terms. Until that changed, this used to be a place of meeting. The Abets Chief Hunvish and the Oak-Jinchini Chief Floki were extremely close. So close that they would sit together, even during blizzards, to eat oak pills and drink together. Both are of the Mountain of Eternal Winter, and both are children of Labreska, one born from her tears, and the other from her wounds. But soon after the recent events beyond when a totem and ultimately, the Khan came to the forest in search of the truth. He brought no guards, perhaps as a sign of trust. However, that evening, we definitely heard it from high atop a hill. The forest was filled with screams that night.
Was the Khan tortured?
No. It was the screams of the Oak-Jinchini. I cannot fathom what happened. However, we are certain the Khan did not re-emerge from the forest, and the angry Oak-Jinchini set about destroying the village.
So, someone slaughtered the Oak-Jinchini.
When the Oak-Jinchini lose all physical strength, Their souls return to the flame of origin, and they are reborn. Therefore, as long as their origin flame isn't extinguished, they cannot die.
Would one such as a Khan have acted so rashly with this knowledge?
As I said, his trust was enough that he went in unarmed.
However, there was one thing that was strange. The leader wasn't with the group that attacked the village. So the Okjinshani chief Floki has also completely disappeared.
But why do you want to go into the forest?
Where life and death cycles in the heavens. Is this the flame of origin you mentioned before?
Ah, yes. It is also referred to as such. But you can't go there. I was informed by Ecology at Mountaintop Guard Post that the path of prophecy within the Jade Starlight Forest, where the flame of origin resides, is currently blocked by a mysterious wall. Thankfully, we have Assistant Pippet helping us conduct our investigations.
Did you not just say going into the forest is dangerous?
Well, Pippet is a Frostel weasel, so the Okjinshani won't attack him. Pippet said that the wall that blocks the path of prophecy appears to deteriorate.
It's time for you to pull your weight. Cut the Okjinshani down and open up the way for us. I need to rest and reserve my strength. When you're ready.
This veil also eludes others to my true emotions.
Shh! Quiet down! I'm trying to figure out what they're doing over there. Uh-oh. Where did it go? I just lost it. Oh! You're coming up from the Jade Starlight Forest, right?
You're late.
Huh? You know each other?
Do we strike you as friends?
Huh. What a strange soul you are. Let's all go inside. We'll freeze if we stay out.
The star of the Winterland seeks the face that it lost, where life and death cycles in the heavens. I've come here on account of the heir of the Khan. We could have gone straight. If there is even the slightest of odds that his father, the Khan of the Abets, is still alive, then us charging in recklessly might inadvertently sever the lost thread of life.
Then, Ecology, How much did the wall blocking the path of prophecy deteriorate when this person defeated the Oak Jinshini?
Quite a bit. However, it's not enough. It's probably just enough to put an arm through.
Then pivot. We need your assistance. I know you haven't forgotten the 300-year-old stink of the Oak Jinshini chief's feet. Sure, they're stinky, but I honestly kind of miss that stink. This mysterious wall blocking the path of prophecy that leads to the flame of... We've searched the whole forest, and Floki is nowhere to be seen. The one place we haven't looked yet is inside the cave. I can't put my finger on why, but it feels like Floki trapped himself inside the cave on purpose and is waiting for someone to rescue him.
There is logic behind this. If he is not like the other Oak Jinshini that have become violent, he will recognize Pippet and try to somehow send out a signal.
Now, why don't we get some tea while we wait for Pippet to return? Now, why don't we get some tea while we wait for Pippet to... Now, why don't we get some tea... What's that pattern on your skin? If it's a curse, I can take a look at it for you. Those clothes. You've worn them ragged. Ever thought about a new look?
That stuff. What is it?
It belonged to Bahit Lalakona, the Bahitram that first led us to the light of the holy flame. It was the first thing given to him by the Oak Jinshini when he arrived at the mountain.
It is shining, but the light is so dark.
None of us have actually seen the fire for ourselves. Only he has. So, I see you've come to the mountain to erase that...
My goodness! Ecology, you have the ability to gaze into people's souls?
As brilliant cities and temples collapse, and Orzeka's power dissipates, a leader among them left the cursed, forgotten, ancient kingdom behind. Belmorn, descendant of the kingdom of Orzeka, and names this land the Hexe Kingdom.
The very same words that constantly go through my mind. How much do you know about the Orzeka records? I want to know more about the Eunuchs.
If you want to know, see for your... We Bahit Germina also...
Those clothes...
Excerpt from the 10,119th Wish. O great Lord Kazarka, this traveler from the mountain of eternal winter comes seeking salvation. His name is Silverfrond. Will you honor him his request? The chief priest asked. Kazarka replied, Speak your wish, Silverfrond. So he did. I am cursed for loving a witch, since such love was forbidden. I know my beloved cannot be brought back to life, so I ask only that you remove the curse placed upon me by her 6 sisters.
I will grant you your wish,
Kazarka replied.
but you must bring me the Eunuchs, the holy flame. Nestled in the heart of the dragon that dwells in the mountain of eternal winter.
Excerpt from the 13,000th Wish.
O great Lord Kazarka, the traveler from the mountain of eternal winter returns.
When he heard the chief priest say this, Kazarka bade Silverfrond forward.
Silverfrond, show me the Eunuchs.
But Silverfrond was not alone when he came bearing the Eunuchs, for with him were those known as the Knights of Dawn. Orzeka fell soon after, and with its fall, Bahit Lalakona had a revelation. From that day forth, he and his people turned their worship to the holy flame that had consumed Kazarka instead.
Once the turmoil that arose from Kazarka's fall had settled, I made for the Mountain of Eternal Winter to seek the Holy Flame. But the flame was not there. Neither had returned to the mountain. The Mountain of Eternal Winter was without the Yenix. The golden dragon that once embraced the Yenix was losing her sanity. But when her tears fell and met the snow, new life suddenly bloomed like a wave of violets swaying in the wind. I named them the Oak Jinshini. The golden dragon then toppled over, and from her wounded flesh sprung more life. These I named the Abets. Finally, from her well-guarded embrace came forth those covered in dragon blood. They would come to be known as the Guardians. The 6 witches had passed. In their wake emerged mutants, humans who had absorbed the essence of the witches and now wrought destruction upon their village. Thus was the second death of the golden dragon Labresca, a death that would cause a cataclysm of chaos to befall the Mountain of Eternal Winter.
Super fascinating stuff, right? I keep trying to read it myself, but it's quite a slog. I guess you're more determined than you look.
When will Pippet return? He's your only assistant, is he not?
We can always make room for more assistants. Why? Do you want to be my assistant? Oh my! This was a gift from Chief Hunvish to Chief Floki. The soft, cushy Sintamani! My hunch was right. Chief Floki is living inside the cave.
The path ahead of us won't be easy. If we intend to weaken the wall enough to break through, then we will need to take down many more Oak Jinshini.
No, I need you to stay here. The soft, cushy Sintamani might have a hidden code on it.
Does your tongue speak the truth? If this is some manner of deception.
Only one way to know for certain. Plus, it'll give us time to get to know.
As you can see, the last remaining Ecology we three are. If close to Hunvish the chief is, but longtime friend of Unigan am I.
It could not have been an easy journey, but I'm glad you're here. A new threat is upon us. Will you...
What took you so long? Have you any idea of the number of signs we sent your way? The only thing that matters now is finding a way to stay alive. The mountains, they've changed. Any Ecology would know, having been bound to them since the beginning of time. The mountains, I can imagine. First, the mountains, they've... Listen carefully. We three are all that remain of the Jade Starlight Forest's history. Beyond lovely evenings spent with loved ones, where starlight and moonlight riding the clouds end.
Enough, that is.
As the dark sky fades to bring in the new dawn.
Heard you we have.
Our sincere duty is to protect the winter!
Surround you, the swine pansies do!
Oh, who are you?
After escaping from that woman's clutches, we had no trouble making it through these woods.
Aha! And?
Chief, we sent them the request for aid. Through Pit, remember?
And yet, what is this sound? It's the star of the Winterland! It's melting! Are you here to save us? To once again see the world!
This is your chief?
Embarrassed I am. But yes, this is he.
Let's get right to the point. First, to solve the fourth trial of the witches. Second, to find the missing Khan.
What about us? You're not here to rescue...
Your kind never dies, or so I hear.
No, you're wrong! We can't die, not now, not ever!
Chief, stop screaming, you must. Help us, they must. Certain of it, I am.
Ooh, Ivar! I mean Horde. Have you finally thought of something good?
Always full of ideas, I am. Only by us who handle the Flame of Origin. A chief can it be.
No need to tread the difficult path from speak. Tell her...
Finally, the time has come! I've been dying to tell you.
Chief, if I may, time is of the essence. Let us...
But you wouldn't happen to have brought any, libations with you. These things... This is the cave gifted unto us by the human Lesha. Oh, Jinchini, born from the dragon's heart-rending tears. Oh, this land now belongs. And so I asked,
I thought he was going to speak of himself.
Not once died, our chief has.
Not the Flame of Origin is maintained by the ebb and flow of death and life itself.
And yet, abstain from the sacrifice, our chief has.
What? You are...
Chief, too loud you are. Continue with your story, I plead.
I'm listening.
Anywho, they spoke these words. The witches are dead! It's now time to protect ourselves from the dragons! All the tribes are gathering at the Forbidden Black Mountain to answer the call of the Great Founder! That's all. They left like that, and we gained this cave!
And the witch's trial?
Chief, germane to the topic you aren't. Help I shall. Taught the humans wisdom, Lesha, the Witch of Fever, did. Melted her own face right in this place, she did. And yet, from within the heavens of life's ebb and flow. The eyes, nose, and lips to Lesha's face a shaman restored. As the fingers of the heavens, these 4 pillars are now known. Once Lesha's face is restored, so too the lost face of the star of the Winterland shall be.
I shall now open the heavens, where life and death ebb and flow. I shall now open the heavens, where life and death...
The star of the Winterland seeks the face that it lost, where life and death cycles in the heavens. The star of the Winterland seeks the... Without that bumbling fox, we completed our task in record time.
Thank you. You're more reliable than you...
No need for depth of story here. Simply stick to the main points.
Well, I'm fine. Let's settle down a bit. This is both our story and the story of their Khan. The reason we barricaded ourselves here is solely due to the crazed tribes outside these walls.
You do know what the Zavir Highlands mean to us, yes? Then why did you destroy our totem?
It wasn't us! It wasn't us, I tell you!
Then who are those, Okjinshini?
Today was supposed to be a festive day.
Right. Today was the day the seal of the stone tablet left by the 7th witch was to be broken. However, we must first settle this matter before we can bind the tablets. Returning to Ailton hand in hand at this point could result in our deaths, so I've come in their place. What truly has occurred here?
Are you actually okay?
Aren't these the oak pills we used to enjoy together?
Members of my tribe who ate these passed away. They were poisoned from eating these very oak pills.
I can't believe my ears. Poison? We, for one, do not have the skills to craft a potent enough poison.
It appears that the fox rule wanes, and the deer rule is nigh. Aren't you going to pass the seat of Khan to your own son? Maybe the antlered ones had some unfinished business with you.
No, that cannot be. No Abets would do such a thing. We long to become a bridge for the world. Whoever inherits the seat of the Khan would never commit such an atrocity.
But you do know that if any of us loses our life, our souls ride the origin flame as our flesh is born anew. And yet those of us who ate this very oak pill and were rekindled came back changed, attacking fellow members of our tribe. No longer would they sing with us, "Oh, Labresca, return, return!" That was where I tasted true despair. 1 became 10, which quickly became 100. They are the ones who toppled your totems in the Highlands.
No, that cannot be. Not us Abets.
What are you doing?
I shall prove it to you myself. For the sake of all of the Abets who have been framed, we do not betray our friends. That is the way of the Highlands. Look, of one thing I'm certain. This oak pill is not poisoned.
No! Khan was returned to the Highlands while attempting to prove the Abet's innocence, while only us three remain of our tribe, torn apart by our greed. While we wish to part the heavens to find his resting star, whatever the reason may be, our friend chose to cut his own breath short for those who so easily give up their precious lives. We have no such merciful stars here. That...
The village ruins. That too was the works of your tribe turned monsters.
Do the Abets believe we were the ones who brought the village to ruin?
They believe that you were the ones who planted the dread winter tree.
Are you serious? They're not of their own minds. Ah! You're plighted as well. How could...
Chief, isn't it obvious? Even if the poisoned pill consumed their soul, their shells remain Okjinshini clear as day. Anyone else would think the same. Let's stick to the facts here.
Know the facts we do. Continue the unfinished story we shall.
After the Khan needlessly passed, in the end, it's still the Mountain of Eternal Winter.
Enveloped in the chill, tearing apart the souls tossed to those depths.
I do not understand. You think that we can help you...
Stop! Why are you all so bad at explaining? Let me explain what you need to do in your worldly. Extinguish the flame that's claimed the haven of slumbering origin, and remove the guardian that protects the flame itself. Do the same for the winter trees burnt to a crisp, and the winter spirits that attack with painful howling, for they are the main culprits of this deadly winter. Take this oak pill that murdered the Khan and unveil the truth. If you don't, then I have no choice but to believe until my last hit. Pains me to suspect a friend. I pray that you preserve our age-old friendship. Now, we to the path to proving that the Abets and Okjinshini are one.
Hey there. Yoo-hoo! Oh, you're awake, warrior of winter in training. You were snoring. Sleeping like a baby. Oh, I'm so jealous. Bet you can fall asleep anywhere, can't you?
This stone. What is it?
This is what we Abets and the Okjinshini have long sought to fulfill, a long-cherished wish of our peoples.
What kind of trial is it?
You could say it's the very reason for our existence? From the moment the Mountain of Eternal Winter embraced us, there existed the stone tablets, which we split and shared with the Okjinshini. These words were engraved upon those tablets. To find where your destiny lies, reach the end of the path of prophecy. Reaching its end shall break the tablet's seal and unveil the first prophecy. Gather the prophecies of origin to complete the final prophecy.
The proof that our bets and Oak-Jinshani are one. I also recall seeing another stone tablet with constellations in the cave of the Oak-Jinshani.
Yeah, that's just how they express themselves.
That was quite a mouthful you managed just now. Did our little seed sprout while we were away?
What? A sprout? Come on! Don't forget, I am still the Khan's success. Anyway, at first I was so shocked I had a little panic attack. To think they would send 2 people through the Jade Starlight Forest path of prophecy. Does that mean that those Oak-Jinshani wish to speak with us?
They were kind of preoccupied with their own troubles.
We can talk more about that later in the Grand Conference Hall, right? Welcome. This is Ailton, the hometown of us Abets.
Oh, I'm Do you know what...
I found those...
I've been expecting you. A voice within announced, "Welcome to Ailton. You have crossed the..."
Yes.
Are you the chief of Ailton?
It can't be. Wait. Lando, please leave us.
No. He needs to hear this. Both here and at the Snowstorm Guard Post. You treated him like a child. But a child still matures without consent.
Aren't those the oak pills we once shared with the Oak-Jinshani? Please, explain to us why you have brought these before us. Wait a minute. They can't be seeking a truce. Not after all the trouble they've caused.
These oak pills have been poisoned.
Are they accusing us of poisoning them? We would never engage in such barbarism.
As it would happen, your Khan spoke much the same. And so, to prove the innocence of the Abets, he voluntarily chose to take this oak pill himself.
What? Always so trusting, honest to a fault. Why? Why would he commit such a foolish act? It simply doesn't make sense.
The first dear Mara uttered these words. Acknowledge when you are not adept in combat, but seek out friends to fight in your stead.
Of course, that's very wise. We should hire some mercenaries to protect us. Quickly now, let's put out the word to all corners of the continent.
The Snowstorm Guard Post was in such disarray. This explains everything.
Be quiet, all of you! If my father were here, you think he would just hire more mercenaries? What we need to do is get to the root of all this chaos and confusion. Only then can we restore the mountain of eternal winter. Not through mercs, with their lackluster money-grubbing ways, but with our own hands. The Fox Rule has not yet come to a close. That, my friends, is the way of the Khan whose seat still bears his warmth. That, my friends, is the way of life in the Highlands, and every single one of you needs to respect it.
Your father had no choice but to consume that oak pill. If he hadn't done so, Even those Okjinshini yet would have laid waste to the village with hate-filled eyes. As a leader, it was a difficult but necessary decision for him to—
Puto has taken the poisoned oak pill to the research lab. Why not take a breather and look around town while we wait for the results?
No. Is there a place that keeps records of visitors in this town? The Okjinshini originally suspected the dear Abets. Even in a place like this, the enemy could be an outsider. No, under these circumstances, the enemy must be from the outside.
In that case, you can find the city highland border, home to the Fox Abets, right beside the central market. It is a place that oversees all who cross over from the highland.
Then I shall head there first. You should go make yourself useful and look around.
The path that I must take is clear. I must find the true enemy that wrought this chaos and ascend the mountain.
The other Abets, in fact,
The mountain's energy.
Okjinshini's look big and...
How knowledgeable are the
Why could I...
Quite often, outsiders call this place here. You can... For my veins carry the blood as a descendant of... Even when the other descendants of... We chose to remain here. Oh, all of the... There's countless... If you found yourself... The dragon long into her rule, and so it was, but she... It was in this... But from Lebreska's... But from Lebreska's first Bront, Seth, Ma, and La for many, while its golden heat sadly Erethi, the play Silverfrond made his way to Orzeka, seeking the god that the god so silver there can fate and but then the Knights of Dawn the 6 witches, but no sooner for some it felt an event there are proclaimed. I have many more a tale to not to mention.
There you are! Our Dark Knight is being questioned as we speak. I even told Customs he was just some random adventurer, too. Who would have thought they'd be such a sharp bunch? Always acting all dark and dashing.
Even if we were all born different, we're all one in mind. All those wishing to stay here must first pass through me. All those wishing to stay here must first...
These are the talented blacksmiths from the Gavinia Great Crater, who have taken on the...
Well, the day and time once... Here! Write down your city-worn name, and take your hill-sworn. Next!
These are master fishers from Crimea who have taken the Highland Bind and been invited to the Highland.
Any experience with ice fishing?
That wasn't part of our agreement, but, that won't be an issue.
Good! Of course it wouldn't be an issue. Well, the day and time here in this place, may we exist...
Shush! Let's keep that to ourselves.
You're right. Next!
While grateful for your previous offer, we Aker must respectfully decline. We could never imagine existing alongside the Vidir.
I see. I suppose you need some more time to think about it, yes? Ooh, are you the friend of this liar? I'll conduct a simple test of truth to see if you truly...
So many meaningless steps to confirm the comings and goings of one man.
Silence! Don't you dare try to pull a fast one on me. We have no vacancy for luck, especially with how low the public sentiment has become. I thought the stories of poison oak pills were mere fiction, and yet it's been revealed that the oak...
Are we getting fired?
Before I have to take responsibility and relinquish myself from this position, I shall now. A test that will... First question. Patrigio's leopard's name is Naru.
No.
The second question. The symbol of Calpheon is the eagle.
True, though it's certainly a weary old...
Third. Serendia's princess, Jarette, is infamous for her stubbornness.
If your rumor-mongering continues, this would...
It appears you do speak the truth. Your identity is cleared, so I shall grant you access to the records.
Nothing seems out of place. This entry shows a hill-sworn name, Mediah. But why is the city-worn name black?
Let me see. That one. Said they lost their memory. Looked a bit ill. Kept muttering some phrase over and over again, right?
Perfect being, perfect being, perfect. That's why the captain took them to the Oak Pill Research Lab, to see if they could treat them.
Perfect being, eh? It wasn't their memory they lost. More like their free will.
So you're not an adventurer, but a detective by trade,
Their handwriting. It looks too erratic, like it was forced. I speak from experience.
Oh! Did you say perfect being? That's the mantra of the Sezek barbarians. I may have overheard it while I was doing a bit of schmoozing over at Camp Bal. I know this is all super important, but let's go to the Oak Pill Research Lab first. They may...
Would you mind getting me a book about the winter tree from Tabudai? Humans came to despise Silverfrond, but we are ever in his debt. This is the place where he researched to make use of her wisdom. We created the Oak Pill. I can't believe the poison drawn from the fang of that monster at Snowstorm Guard Post and the poison in the Oak Pill are one and the same.
It was the devious actions of that monster? It didn't seem that intelligent. Our shaman Invish didn't mention seeing such a monster on the path of prophecy either.
Blind faith in prophetic paths is folly. For if all prophecy...
Please report these findings to the shaman Invish. This is a new ordeal facing the mountain of eternal winter.
The witches smiled, but inside they were weeping. They why, and for what? I cannot see it. Past the day the festivities should have been held. What was Arethia trying to tell us?
On the day the Khan entered the woods,
The chief of the Oak Jinshini uttered something much the same. For that day was supposed to be a day of celebration. The day when the seal of the tablet left by the seventh witch was to be broken.
But the reason why the witch's tablet has remained sealed in separate parts until now is not because we have yet to reach the end of our path of prophecy. No, it's more like this was all part of the grand design from the start, in order to reveal a distant future that may have...
But don't the stone tablets say that the closer we are to the end of the path of prophecy, the more the seal on the tablets will weaken?
That was probably so we would not forget about the future that she herself was so worried would unfold.
On that day, which was supposed to be a celebration for our bets and Oak Jinshini alike, a mysterious explosion occurred at the Shere Khan iron mines. Maybe that explosion awakened the very thing the witch feared.
Do you suppose it had anything to do with that strange monster no one had ever seen or heard of?
Ah, during all the chaos that occurred on that day, there were some who took the opportunity to flee.
I believe they'll be able to enlighten us more on what exactly happened on that day.
Oh, aren't you? Give me a moment. I will hide your dark presence. The marking on your skin, the shackles are bound to react to it. The marking on your skin, the
If it's a soft bed you're after, you can't go wrong at the Prismatic Wildflower Inn. At the outskirts of the Mountain of Eternal Winter lies a place these poor souls barely made it out of Odilita, only to be swindled upon reaching Pilgrim's End.
Wasn't even looking for a good place. That inhumane scum took us to the Shere Khan iron mines.
I don't remember this place being so overrun with... It's just like with that goblin. He was heading to the citron orchards from Awena's Tale, but was accidentally led to the charcoal burner.
In Calpheon, there's a saying, don't blink or you might lose your nose.
Anyway, I've got some meal tickets for some...
These poor souls barely made it out of Odilita, only to be swindled upon reaching Pilgrim's End.
It was swarming with those Sezek barbarians. They seem to be pretty well organized.
Care to share exactly what happened on the day of the Shere Khan iron mine explosion?
They made us pile something all day long. Never really told us, but that's what exploded. I'll bet my life. All because the perfect being began to cry out.
What did you say just now?
There's a priest the Sezek barbarians call the perfect being. A few of the Sezeks tried to challenge his authority, but got themselves executed. They said stuff like, perfect being my crusty behind, and that Dayan, he's just a human runaway from Drieghan.
Dayan? I remember seeing him when he was on the run in Drieghan. A human winning the favor of all the Sezeks. It's unheard of. Especially when it appears he joined them immediately after being cast out.
Just as they mentioned in the Oak Pill research labs. Is there some unknown entity pulling the
That's enough. He may look all right on the app. Moreover, if we aren't able to break those shackles...
I suggest they be moved as far away as possible. At least until their shackles are broken.
Please, you have to protect us. We shall flee to the ends of the earth if we have to. And
hell is found all over. But once my business here in the Mountain of Eternal Winter is done, I shall help you find a place to settle. Stay strong for now.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but I think we should grab some grub before heading out again.
Get a fresh pint of Ailton Ale with a splash of sweet goat's milk.
Once I came to, I realized I was not in Achman, but in History of Ruins.
I told you to seek out the alchemist Karashu at the Sandgrain Bazaar.
I have a more interesting tale to share with you. Say, Don't suppose you know the true identity of Deboreka?
Somewhere people the world over can gather.
Greetings. If you've come to eat, I need to see your meal ticket.
Meal ticket?
Huh? What? The meal ticket? My meal ticket! My meal ticket! Sorry.
Such a strong voice from such a small body. Your colleagues must be no meal ticket, huh? I can still offer you a chance to taste my cooking. Recently, some adventurer crossed over from Balanos and taught me this game called Yar. Just one match, and if you win, I'll feed you myself. Otherwise...
Yar? Hey! Anyone here?